Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would shake things up and do something a little different, a little fun, and show you my top 10 favorite Jim Shore figurines. And it's just going to be the Jim Shore figurines that I actually own. Of course, there are other figurines out there that I wish I owned that would be on this list, but just for the sake of being able to show you the figurine, it's just going to be ones that I own. So without further ado, let's go ahead and first take a look at the honorable mentions. And these three figurines I wanted to be in the top 10, but there are only 10 spaces, so they missed the cut by a little bit, but they all have special meaning to me, or I love them. So let's go ahead and look at the Cheshire Cat. And I love this one. The Cheshire Cat is one of my all-time favorite sidekicks. I just love his grin, I love his colors, I love his character in the movie, and I especially just love how Jim Shore put him in the teacup ride at Disneyland. I just think it's a creative figurine, it's a wonderful design. It also, I think it goes with an Alice, and she's in the Alice in Wonderland ride at Disneyland, which I also do have that one as well, so those two figurines I think look really cute together. But this one I had been wanting for a long time. It's retired and it was always really expensive on the secondary market, but I finally found it on eBay. Someone was selling it for under $100, so I jumped on it as fast as I could, and I'm extremely happy that I did, and I now get to own this one. But I love it, the teacup's lifting off the plate a little bit, so it looks like it has movement, like it's actually spinning on the ride. You have the Jim Shore swirls on his body and his tail. And yeah, it's just a colorful, fun piece. So this one is definitely an honorable mention. And then next I have the White Woodland Tiana figurine. This one is fairly new. I think I got it in 2019 or beginning of 2020. It was on back order for a really long time because of COVID, so I probably got it in 2020. But this one was well worth the wait. It's beautiful. I love the cream colors with the pops of green, and I just think Tiana and Louie look really good. Tiana's face is really pretty. I love her in the green dress. I love that she's sitting on a little log listening to Louie play the trumpet. And I just love the water lily details on the base and in the top of the figurine. Overall, just a really pretty figurine. And then last but not least is this Belle figurine, and she's holding Chip. It is not a personality pose figurine. This one's a little bit bigger than the personality pose ones, and she's in a set with other Disney princesses that are holding their sidekick. And I will be doing a video of all of those figurines. I almost have the whole set. I'm just missing Mulan, which is why I haven't done the video yet. I'm still hoping to get her. But I absolutely love this set. And this one is my favorite. And I love that her dress is just in a pile around her. I love that she's staring at Chip. Let me see if I can get Chip's face. There's Chip's little face. And I think it looks kind of antique to me. I think it's the base. It just kind of looks like, I don't know, like an antique design that would be on a teacup or some kind of porcelain dishware, which kind of goes with Beauty and the Beast. And this one I actually happened to find in store. They were selling it for only $60, and this goes for well over $100 on the secondary market, so I immediately jumped on it and purchased it. And this one started the collection of the rest of this set with the princesses holding their little sidekicks. So these are the honorable mentions, and let's go into my top 10, and we'll be looking at number 10. Okay, this is number 10, and this one holds the 10th spot because it's from my favorite movie, Beauty and the Beast, and I will just say that most of the pieces in my top 10, not most of them, but the most reoccurring movie is Beauty and the Beast. And this one was a gift from my parents at Christmas time, and I absolutely love it. I love the size of it. Beast is probably my favorite Disney character, and I just think he looks beautiful in this piece. I love the size difference between him and Belle. I mean, she looks so tiny, and look at her hand compared to his. So I just love that detail. I love that his ponytail is kind of swinging in the air, moving in the air. It gives it the look of movement, like they're spinning. And I just think it's beautiful. I like the little carvings on her dress. They look like little studs, just to make it, or give it like an elevated look. I love all the carvings on the beast with the Jim Shore swirls and the little diamond pattern on his vest. And I just think both characters are really well done. And of course, this is the famous ballroom scene. Everybody loves that scene from Beauty and the Beast, so you really can't go wrong. And this one is called Moonlight Vaults. This is my number 10 spot. Next up, number 9. This is my number 9, and it is, of course, Pocahontas. And the reason this is number 9 is because this is the figurine that started it all. So this one got me buying the Jim Shore figurines. I saw this one online and just fell in love. I thought it was beautiful. I started reading about it. It's a white woodland piece. I started looking up the white woodland Jim Shore pieces, and the obsession just kind of went from there. So of course this one had to be in the top 10. I just think she's absolutely beautiful. You don't get much Pocahontas merchandise or Jim Shore figurines, and this one is just really well done. So of course I instantly fell in love, and thus started the Jim Shore obsession. But she has a beautiful face. Miko's one of my favorite sidekicks. I also love Flit, and they're both in this figurine. I just love her pose. I love that she's on the tree trunk. It makes me think of the scenes where she's in front of Grandmother Willow, which I'm sure this is what it's supposed to be. And I like that it's white woodland. I love the light color palette with the little pops of color. And I think it's just beautiful. Let me give it a little spin. And this one is called Brave Beauty. And now for my number 8 pick. All right, my number 8 pick is my second Beauty and the Beast figurine in this lineup. And how could I not pick this figurine? Something There is one of my favorite songs from the movie. This is one of my favorite scenes. I just think it's a really pretty scene. It's where Beast and Belle start falling for one another, and I just think Jim Shore captured one of the moments from that scene perfectly. And it's the best moment too, where he's feeding the birds out of his hand and Belle touches his paw, and that's where the Beast notices that she might have feelings for him. So let's kind of zoom in. I just think they both are really well done. I love Beast's facial expressions, how he's lovingly looking at Belle. I love all the little birds in the figurine. And it's even got the tiny birdseed detail. And once again, it's another white woodland piece. And I just love the pale color palette with a little pop of red from Belle's little cape or shawl, and then the little pop of blue from the Beast's cape. And basically it's one of my favorite scenes from the movie, and this moment was captured beautifully, so how could it not be in my top 10? And this one is called Something There, the same title as the song from the scene. And now let's move on to number 7. Okay, this is my number 7 piece, and this is the OG gang. We got Goofy, Pluto, Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. How could I not include this piece in my top 10? It's a wonderful piece. I love that he created one with all of these characters. I do feel like we're missing Daisy, but this is the original Fab Five. So I'm not mad at it that it doesn't have Daisy, but I would like him to make another one with her. But this one's just a lot of fun. It looks like they're huddled together posing for a picture. You've got Goofy in the background. I love his bright colored shirt, the orange shirt with the green hat and the blue Jim Shore swirls. I love that his arms are outstretched and how he's a lot taller than the rest of the gang. And you've got Pluto. I love that his ears are perked up. He's it does look like they're posing for a picture. It's like he's looking at the camera side-eye. And you have Minnie and Mickey in the middle. I love the color palette on Minnie with the pink and blue. I love that they have a checkered pattern on their ears. So Mickey has a blue and black, and she has a pink and black. And I love how her little hands are clasped together. And then you have Donald on the side. He's also looking at you kind of side-eyed. He's got a big smile, and then he too has a little pattern on his shirt. And he's got his hands on his hips. And then Mickey, I don't think Minnie has one, no. Mickey and Pluto have like a wire or metal tail. So I love that it has a little bit of mixed media within this figurine. And it's a really big piece, it's pretty heavy. This one I believe goes for over $100. And this one is called The Gang's All Here. So that's the number 7th piece. And now for number 6. Number 6 is this really beautiful Cinderella piece. And this one is in my top 10 because of its value. So this one you could only purchase at Jim Shore signing events. And now of course on the secondary market, but it goes for about $300 starting. There is another version of this figurine in the White Woodland collection, but this full color version is the rare piece. And like I said, it was only sold at Jim Shore signing events where you would go to where he was assigning these pieces, and that's how you would purchase this one. But I got lucky and I found this on an online store that sells figurines in Pennsylvania, and they had this one for under $100. I don't know why they were pricing it low like that. I don't know if they didn't know the value of it, but I immediately jumped on it, and I just feel really lucky to have this rare piece in my collection. So that's why it's in my top 10 and it's number 6. Not only that, but I'm a huge fan of Cinderella in her pink dress. I love all merchandise with her in this dress. It's rare to see her in it. She's always in the blue ball gown. And I just love this one because it was her mother's dress in the movie that she kind of, I guess she updated the dress, well, the mice did, for her. And it had a lot of sentimental value to her. And of course it does get ruined in the movie, but I like that this dress was special to her. And I just love the pink color and how it pops with the little beads around her neck and the white bow. love the pumpkins around her and the little mice. And I even love the little shoe designs on the base. Just a really pretty figurine. And this one is called Cinderella and Mice Full Color. And now for number 5. This is my number 5. It is Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And this one's probably surprising to see on anybody's top 10 favorite Jim Shores, but I absolutely love this piece. I think out of all the Nightmare Before Christmas pieces Jim Shore has done, this is my favorite. And I just think Sally looks really good. I love the detail. It's really great quality. It's a really heavy piece, and she just looks amazing. She looks beautiful. I love the dark color palette. It fits the movie very well. And the colors that were put into the tombstone, so it's not just like a gray block, I think looks really cool. I love the splashes of yellow and blue and purple kind of wash over the tombstone. I think it's a really creative touch to this figurine. I love Sally's face. She just looks very smitten, like she's thinking of Jack. I love all of the detail of the stitching on her face, her neck, her arms, and her legs. I mean, she just looks 100% like she did in the movie. Her hair has a really nice texture. I love that she's holding a cat. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about this figurine. I just think it's really well done. I think her legs even look spot on like they did in the movie. Just kind of like the size of the leg compared to the little foot. And just the pose that they're in is just very Sally. I think he captured her perfectly. I mean, even down to the base, I love that it's circular. And I love that it has sewing machines and potion bottles. Just very perfect nods to her character. Let me get the back. I love the hair. The tombstone just looks like, almost like watercolor paints. Just all the splashes of color. It's a really nice figurine, great quality. If you're a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I recommend this one. This one is retired, so it is pricey on the secondary market, but he is coming out with a new Jack and Sally, and the new Sally looks almost exactly like this figurine. She's on a tombstone holding a cat. It looks like almost the same exact pose. I think the base is a bit different, so if you missed out on this figurine, there is that new one coming out. And this one did come with the Jack, where he's kind of peeking behind a tombstone, but unfortunately I don't own that one, just this one. And this one I got on eBay because they were selling it at a lower price. It didn't come with a box, but she got here in one piece, and I think it was worth it. I think she's beautiful. And now on to number 4. Number 4 is this really beautiful tangled piece of Maximus and Rapunzel and Pascal. And this piece is just absolutely beautiful. I bought it at the same time that I purchased the Pocahontas piece. And really, I purchased Pocahontas, this one, and the White Woodland Mulan at the same time. I did see the Pocahontas first, and that took me down the Jim Shore rabbit hole, where I discovered this one and the Mulan one. And I bought them all at the same time, but this one I just really loved. Tangled is my second favorite Disney movie. Maximus is actually my favorite sidekick. And Rapunzel is my second favorite princess. But I just think this one was really well done. I love the loving look that her and Maximus are giving each other. It just has this really pretty innocence about it. I love the white woodland color palette. All the beautiful cream colors with the little pops of colors here and there, like her blonde hair, the lavender swirls in her dress, and the lavender stripes on her sleeves, the really pretty pastel green color of Pascal, and her eyes, and then the very pale like gray colors, or it's like a gray blue Jim Shore swirls on the horse, and then this gray saddle. I just think it all looks really pretty. And then the horse also has a lot of yellow or creamy yellow highlight that go well with Rapunzel's dress and her hair. I just like the overall look. The horse is just so well done. I don't know if he's done any other horses, but he did a really good job with this. I love the size difference. And like I said, I just really love the loving look between Maximus and Rapunzel. I think in the movie, she's what kind of calms him down and builds trust between them. And I just love it. It's a very lovely piece. It's my favorite white woodland piece. And this one is called Innocent Ingenue. And this one didn't come out too long ago, so it's still inexpensive, under $100 on secondary markets, and might still be on the Jim Shore website. And now, without further ado, we are getting into the top 3. All right, we are now into the top 3, and the third spot goes to this beautiful, beautiful piece of Aurora and Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. I'm not the biggest fan of the Sleeping Beauty movie. However, I am a huge fan of Sleeping Beauty merchandise. I love all of the Jim Shore Sleeping Beauty figurines and the Inesco Couture de Force. I think Aurora is beautiful, and she's always really well done. And this piece is no exception. It's a really big piece. It's heavy. It's really beautiful quality. And the really cool thing about this piece is he made 2 versions. So there's this version of her in the blue dress, and then there's another one identical to this figurine, except she's wearing a pink dress. But the only way you can get a pink dress is by chance. So if you order this online, even through Amazon or the Jim Shore website, you order it thinking you're gonna get the blue one, but in some cases, you'll be sent a pink one as a surprise. So that's the only way that you can get the other one is, you know, by chance, if you're one of the lucky few that gets sent a pink one. And I think there's a little note attached saying, surprise, you got one of the rare pink ones. And of course that one is really expensive on the secondary market. And I did not get that one. I got the blue one, obviously, but I'm not sad about it. I actually don't think there's enough merchandise of Aurora in the blue dress. It's always her in the pink dress, so I was gonna be happy either way. But this one is just beautiful. I love the base and the design on the base. I absolutely love her dress with all of this beautiful design. Even Prince Philip is really well done. I love the quilted pattern on his shirt. Aurora is also beautiful as usual. And I mean, when I first got this figurine, I was like, this is my favorite, all-time favorite Jim Shore But since I've gotten it, I've gotten 2 others that just surpassed it. But this one, if you like Sleeping Beauty merchandise or the movie, this figurine is for you. It's beautiful. I love the quality. I love her hair. And I like that it's from the last scene in the movie where they're dancing. And you can see they're like in mid-motion. Just a really beautiful piece. And this one is called Swept Up in the Moment. Oh, and this one's so heavy. And now on to the number 2 spot. Number 2 is, of course, I had to throw in one more Beauty and the Beast piece. Spoiler, number 1 is not a Beauty and the Beast piece, surprisingly. But this piece is my favorite Beauty and the Beast Jim Shore. I just recently made a video reviewing this piece. I got it for Christmas. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a big piece. It's bigger than it looks on camera, and it's really heavy. But I think it is the most beautiful version of Belle that Jim Shore does. I love her sensual look. I love her pose. I of course love the carved design on her dress. I think it's a beautiful detail for such a small, it's like a small carving of all of them, but it's so detailed. And of course I love that it has Beast, Belle, Lumiere holding up Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts and Chip, and the castle in the background. But I mean, what really draws me to this is the way she looks. I just think she's beautiful. And this also comes in a set with other princesses that have an image across the front of their gown. This is the only one I have from that set. I would love to have the Tiana one, and that one would totally be in my top 10. But I don't own that one because it's always around like $1,000 on the secondary market. This one is over $100. They're all kind of pricey, so I'm very happy to own at least one of them. Let's go ahead and turn it. I love the designs on her dress. And the carvings on the front of her dress are actually kind of like, it gives like a 3D look. You can see they're kind of popping out of the dress. So it's not painted on, it's actually almost like a 3D image carved out of the dress. And this one is called Moonlit Enchantment. This one's very heavy as well. All right, and now without further ado, let's go to number 1, and that one is a really special piece, so make sure to stay tuned for number 1. All right, we have made it to the number 1 spot, and the figurine most deserving of this spot from my collection is this beautiful masterpiece Jim Shore of the 7 dwarves crossing the log in the hi-ho scene. And there are 2 versions of this figurine. There's a much smaller version, and then there is this version, which is the masterpiece version. And it is a lot bigger, a lot heavier. In this version, the lantern that Doc is holding actually moves. And the really cool difference between this figurine and the smaller figurine is that this one plays music. And I'll go ahead and I'll play the music for you. And while I do, I'll give you a close-up of all of the dwarves. And to play the music, you just hit the side of the little log right here. All you have to do is tap it. Okay, so that is the coolest thing ever. So of course this figurine is most deserving of the #1 spot from my collection. Every year Jim Shore does do a masterpiece piece. I don't remember what year he did this one, but it's typically a really big piece and there's always something really special about it. And of course this one is just, it's huge and it plays the song and it has some mixed media with the lantern. And this one goes for between $400 to $500. And it's a really special piece. Like I said, there's also a smaller version of this piece. The lantern does not move and it does not sing. And it's way smaller. I think it comes to like here. And this one I think is called All in a Day's Work or A Hard Day's Work. I don't want to lift it because it's so heavy. But I think it's called All in a Day's Work, and it's just beautiful. I love all the patterns on the dwarves' clothing. I love all of the expressions on their faces. And Bashful is my favorite dwarf. Just a little side note. But I love this. It actually looks like he's wearing like a quilted shirt. I love all of the mixed colors. And Grumpy has like a striped shirt and then a checkered hat. And of course his scowl. I love all their noses. I love Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's one of my favorites. And I actually got this as a Valentine's Day gift. Makes it even more special. So this was my #1 pick. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Jim Shore figurine that you own is. And thank you all for watching. I'm kind of thinking of doing a video of all of my white woodlands or a video of my top 10 favorite Muskoka Tour de Force figurines. But we will see. Thank you.